Let's see about Kutta condition. Here we have two cases, two aerofoils with different circulation, gamma 1 and gamma 2. Here we can see that the flow is coming on the leading edge and it is passing somewhere in the space. Whereas where circulation is 2, here you have two stagnation points. One is at the leading edge and other is at trailing edge. Here the flow is smooth. Whatever the flow which is coming from the leading edge is slowly passing over the two surfaces, and at the trailing edge it is not mixing. Whereas here, your in case of circulation 1, we can see there are two stagnation point 1 and 2. Here the flow is turbulent. It doesn't have any pattern. It is going turbulently in any direction which it feels. But here we have a very smooth flow from leading edge to trailing edge. So when this was tested, when this was tested, we can see from this figure there is a zigzag flow at the trailing edge. We can see there is some flow here which is breaking and then it is coming down. But whereas from this figure we can see that the flow which is coming over the leading edge, it's slowly coming to the trailing edge and it's linearly it is flowing past our trailing edge. So from this figure we can say that the flow which is smoothly leaving the top and bottom surface of the airfoil at the trailing edge is this, where you have stagnation point 1 at the leading edge and stagnation point 2 at the trailing edge. So the trailing edge can have a finite angle and the velocities along the top surface and the bottom surfaces as v1 and v2. So this is a finite angle and this is A. The v1 is the flow velocity which is coming from the upper surface, and v2 is the flow velocity which is coming from the lower surface. At point A, these velocities will intersect each other and pass over it. Here, the velocities v1 and v2 were at finite point where v1 is equal to v2, which is equal to 0 at point A. So here this is stagnation point where the velocity becomes 0. After this point is passed, then again it will attain its own velocity. But at this point, the velocity is 0. The third case of Kutta condition, the trailing edge is cusped. Therefore, the velocities along the top surface and the bottom surfaces, which are represented with v1 and v2, are not equal to 0 at trailing edge at point A when the airfoil is cusped at the trailing edge. So v1 and v2 are in the same direction at point A, and hence both v1 and v2 can be finite. The pressure at point A is P2 is single and unique value. So from Bernoulli's equation, we can write that PA plus half rho V1 square plus PA plus half rho V square. So pressure is same and velocity is not equal. Velocity is not equal. Therefore, V1 equals to V2 here because this will be varied. Here V1 and V2 are not equal to 0, but this ambient pressure are same. The pressure near your point A are same. Therefore, this will be simplified and density will be the same. Therefore, we'll be having velocity v1 equals to v2. Maybe or may not be, the velocity may vary here linearly. Velocities leaving the top and bottom surfaces of the airfoil at the trailing edge are finite and equal in magnitude and direction. So we can summarize the Kutta condition like: first case, for a given aerofoil at a given angle of attack, the value of circulation around the airfoil is such that the flow leaves the trailing edge smoothly. If the trailing edge angle is finite, then the trailing edge is a stagnation point. And in the third case, if the trailing edge is cusped, then the velocities leaving the top and bottom surfaces at the trailing edge are finite and equal in magnitude and direction.